Alright, in this segment we're going to get into wicking that little tiny Super Mac micro coil, 1.5 ohm coil, sitting on that Cyclone bottom fed on that Rio Grande. The cotton I use comes in a box that looks like this. It's called CVS Sterile Absorbent Rolled Cotton for super bitchin' wicking. Forget about all that surgical stuff. What I do with it, that box, I just kept it for demonstration purposes. I take the big roll out and put it in a big old Ziploc bag. Because I hear that cotton will pick up stuff, so you want to keep it sealed. I take it out of there, and it comes, I've probably given away half of this roll, and there's still probably enough in there to last me the rest of my life. It's wrapped in paper, and it's a lot of cotton. So here I've torn off a small little amount. I mean, it's a small amount of cotton that we're going to use to wick this. What I find is if you have like a wet paper towel, just moisten your fingertips, and we're going to squeeze and turn this wick, this cotton, into a wick. We're just going to roll it. I roll it so it comes out pretty dense. I've found that I like a dense wick with this type of wick. I vape primarily unflavored nic. A wick lasts easily a week. Coils can last anywhere. I mean, the longest I left one on was about a month, month and a half, and the only reason I took it off was, well, maybe to make a video or because I felt like rebuilding it. I don't usually leave them on that long because I just like playing with them and rebuilding them, but they last for a while. So there's pretty much your wick. You got to get something that goes through your coil diameter. You're twisting it to a dense little point at the end. Your goal is to make your entire wick the same width, the same density. And this is much longer than what we're going to use. So what I'm going to do is just take my scissors, trim that tiny little point off there, wet the old fingers again, keep your hands clean, and just stick this through the coil. Couldn't be any easier. Well, it can when I'm not doing it. Let's just twist that little tip again. Just twist it all again. So that's it. Now, here's where I want you to see the detail. See how that's binding up right there? That's too thick. That is too thick, that wick. So what we're going to do is take it back out and retwist and sort of just, we don't want it too thin either. There's a breaking point between too thin and too thick. So I'll pull it through till it gets to right about where it moves nice and easily. Not too thick, not too thin. Finding the right place for it. Probably right there. That's what you're looking for. Now what I'm going to do is trim off all this nonsense. You don't need a lot of tails. Tails on a wick, to me, don't do anything. All they do is hold juice, it gets cooked. They don't tell the juice to, hey, go to the coil. They just hold it and let it cook. So you don't need a lot of tails. You're just going to, if you want a good vape, you're just going to drip a little more often. In our cases with these bottom feeders, we're going to squeeze the bottle, aka squonk, more often. But a lot of wick doesn't make you have a better vape. It might make where you don't have to drip as much, but the quality of your vape is going to decline. The longer the wick is, the longer the juice sits on the deck of that addy cooking. So what I've got there is that wick. Now if you drip right now, you drip on that and it would all be good. See, I got a little different system here. This is a Rio Grande. Juice is in that bottle. There's a hole in the door. This is called a bottom feeder. It's an all-day bottle of juice and an all-day 18650 IMR battery. So what you're doing, watch the way juice, I'm just going to push my finger through this hole and juice will come up and flood the deck. Flood in a good way. And then the way this one is modded, it drains right back out. The standard Cyclone bottom feed has a hole a little higher, and it'll take out some of the excess juice. And don't get me wrong, it vapes amazing, but not as good as when you have that hole down on the deck. So now that you got that there, the wick, you're just gonna kind of tuck it down, make sure none of it's sticking out outside the bowl, and it's good to go. You don't need to let it sit on there for 2 hours or overnight. It's good to go. You will probably wind up burning off some of the excess. I mean, check that angry little vapor machine out. 1.5 ohm Super Mac Micro CVS Sterile Rolled Cotton. It's on. And that's with no air on it at all. Just going crazy. So why don't we vape? Oh, wait. Let's put the top on the RBA cap too. Here is the top to the Cyclone with my favorite little big bore RTD vapor drip tips. Such a slick little RBA. So I'm going to put this on so my 16th inch air hole is right in front of that coil. And that's pretty much it right there. Not much more to it. So how about we take it for a little vape? Give me a second and let me flop that camera around. Alright, got my Rio Grande Cyclone BF that we just rebuilt. Now let's I took a couple of primer puffs off camera to get all the cottony taste out and all that good stuff, but let's give it a little squonk and let's see how it vapes. Or if you're dripping right now, you do your drip. I've never dripped. I've always dripped from the bottom, so I'll feel for you guys that are going through that when you got stuff. Oh, this is a custom door too. You can't get that from Rio's Mods, but the Rio Grande itself comes right from Rio's Mods. It's good stuff. Real good stuff. Alright. Super Ace. Vaping like a rock star. Catching up with you. See ya.